Hi everybody, welcome back. It's Vlogmas, I guess. Today's day 2, and it's funny because it's December 2nd and today's December 1st, right? Wait, what day is it today? Yes, today's December 1st, and I actually didn't get to really vlog today. It's a long story, but usually in the first of the month is when I like sit down and I work on like my family calendar and just like all the events that I find online that are family friendly, then just other things that we have going on, holidays, whatever. Anyway, case in point, birthdays, etc. So I said case in point, but I kept going. Case in point is that takes up so much time. Like, it probably took me a good 2 hours to do that. And yeah, before that I was working on, like, I call it my Miracle Morning, but I've never actually read the Miracle Morning book. It's been in the back of my mind for like months now to read it, but I've had other books in my Audible. Anyway, so it just so happens that today for the first time since October, what I like to do to feel a little bit more productive and stuff is once the kids are like eating breakfast and they're kind of settled for an hour or so, I will sit down at the kitchen table and I'll read a little bit, usually read the Bible just for like a little morning inspiration and centering and all that good stuff. And then I usually also write in my journal too, like just my reflection of whatever I read for the day. So I actually left that downstairs. This is my Bible. It's a big one. It's a Joyce Meyer study Bible. I like it a lot. It's the amplified version. That sounds funny. And then after that, I go ahead and I work on my push journal. I've talked about this a lot of times, but I worked on it today. And I actually need to rework my push goal, like my main push goal, which I decided not to do that today because today is the 1st and it's Vlogmas and it's my favorite month of the year, and there's so much that I would like to do that I put that aside and prioritized doing like our monthly calendar. So usually I'll have like a brain dump on here. I just write like a bunch of ideas, thoughts, things that I want to do. Just like brainstorming is usually done in this one. And then I was using this. This is another planner, just like a general one from Target that I bought a while ago. But anyway, it's got the months, it's got the days, and then it's got to-do lists and stuff like that. So I kind of don't really have a need for this as much because as of late, I've been using the iCal. I have an iMac, as you can see, it's right here. I have an iMac and I have an iPhone, so I usually will search like on Facebook and also a website called munchkinfun.com to find events for the month, and then I can just go ahead and like put all those events in my calendar here. And subsequently downstairs we have a calendar also. Like, there's calendars everywhere. We have one downstairs in the kitchen, and that's where I'll write in just sort of main things, sort of fun family things, mostly things for the kids, or like when I take the dog to the groomer or doctor's appointments. Those kind of general things I put in the calendar down there. And then I also have a calendar for the office where I will put like workouts and stuff, which I have to actually hang it up because I haven't yet. So if you haven't noticed, I kind of have this thing where I want to be really productive, and I can be, but I'm also always challenging myself to constantly do more and more and more and more. And this is basically what I decided I would end up filming today. I thought of it first thing in the morning, but I haven't had the chance to film it until now. It's actually 8:30 p.m. on December 1st. So it's basically just me kind of sharing my morning routine with you, along with some insights that I got throughout the day. So as I was reading my Bible, I read the book of Proverbs, which is basically like, I would call it, I mean, Proverbs basically means like sage old advice kind of. I forgot what the actual word means. Maybe I should look it up since I'm sitting right here. Okay, so the definition of proverb is a short, popular saying, usually of unknown and ancient origin, that expresses effectively some commonplace truth or useful thought, adage, saw. A wise saying or precept, a didactic sentence. I haven't heard that word in a while, didactic. A person or thing that is commonly regarded as an embodiment or representation of some quality, byword. Okay, so basically it's a proverb. It's a short, popular saying that has some wisdom behind it and truth. It's insightful, etc. So that's my favorite book to read because it's basically, I've said this before, like the best self-help book, in my opinion, is going to be the Bible. Anyway, let me move on. Later on in the day, I happened to Google something about productivity or time management because like a friend of mine had messaged me something about just kind of lollygagging today on Saturday and not cleaning up, and her husband got a little frustrated. So I wanted to kind of encourage her with some content on productivity because I feel like a lot of times as friends, we always kind of tell each other what we want to hear, but we can't always like be yes men because we're never going to grow. And I feel like I need that in my life. And it's important to do it in like a loving, non-condescending way. So I'm hoping it didn't come across that way. I sent it over text, but anyway, she had told me that in response to a message that I sent to a bunch of my friends after reading. But I decided to Google just to get like some added, you know, like content on productivity. And it just so happens in this article that I sent her, which was from Forbes.com, which actually is like a website that I like to read from. I consider it a pretty good and reliable source. Let me see if I can pull it up. The title of the article, I'll link it in the description box, is 15 Surprising Things Productive People Do Differently. So this is an author for Forbes, and he interviewed over 200 ultra-productive people, including 7 billionaires, 13 Olympians, 20 straight-A students, and over 200 successful entrepreneurs. And it says, I'm reading it, I asked a simple open-ended question. What is your number one secret to productivity? After analyzing all their responses, I coded their answers into 15 unique ideas. And I read it. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. Again, I'll link it. But it was incredible to read this because there's so many things that I got from it, things that I can learn and adopt. One of them being, instead of planning my day in like 30-minute blocks, you know, or hour blocks or whatever, actually do it minute by minute. The most successful people understand that there's, 1,140 minutes in a day. And so that means you have so much time to get the things done that need to get done. So you don't have to make excuses, which is me preaching to myself. So that was one of the main ones that really got to me or spoke to me. And I mean, a bunch of them. It says super productive people don't even use to-do lists, which I'm like, oh, interesting. I don't know if I can give that up, but anyway. They make it home for dinner. That's a separate one, which I thought was pretty cool. It's like priorities. And usually very productive, successful people value certain things, including family time, exercise, giving back, etc., which was good to read here. They use a notebook. I think you guys saw, I love me some notebooks. Let me skip to the main point for today's video, or the main thing that I took away, which was number 14. They practice a consistent morning routine. We're on YouTube, which is like the mecca of morning routines, meaning a lot of people love to post morning routines. And it's just interesting. It's interesting to watch. You can adopt some new habits or maybe some new gadgets or things or products that people are using in their mornings that you might find useful. Anyway, when I read that, I thought, okay. Because of what I just said, but also for like months, if not a year now, a acquaintance of mine talks a lot about her miracle morning. She wakes up at 5 a.m. every day to just do a couple different things. I'm actually going to link her Instagram in the description box because she's a professional coach, fitness coach. She actually works for Beachbody, which is an MLM, and she's incredibly successful. And yeah, so she does Miracle Mornings, and she started doing them after reading the book Miracle Morning, and it's been in the back of my mind to read that book forever. So let me read to you number 14. It says, my single greatest surprise while interviewing over 200 highly successful people was how many of them wanted to share their morning ritual with me. Hal Elrod, author of The Miracle Morning, told me, while most people focus on doing more to achieve more, the Miracle Morning is about focusing on becoming more so that you can start doing less to achieve more. While I heard about a wide variety of habits, most people I interviewed nurtured their body in the morning with water, a healthy breakfast, and light exercise. They nurtured their mind with meditation or prayer, inspiring reading, and journaling. So that to me was super cool because it's just kind of like confirmation for me, like this is something that I need to keep up and also continue to like enhance. So I want to definitely go ahead and buy the Miracle Morning book. I use Audible, so I always have a hard time figuring out how to buy books on it, right? I'm sure it's not just me because you have to buy it on Amazon with like your points or whatever credits, and then you'll be able to hear it on your phone. Like it'd be really nice if you could do it all from one app, you know? Like it would be really nice. I don't know how that's not a thing. So anyway, I thought that was really, really cool. So I sent that to my friend as well. And the last thing that I want to say as a part of this is kind of like where you come into this, where you can help me out, give me your advice, your opinions, your feedback, especially if you value productivity and you kind of do something in the morning to get yourself going. Especially if added to that, you're also a mom, and if you're a stay-at-home mom, even better. Just because I feel like that connection is just makes it like relatable. But even if you're not, it's fine. Like I'd love to hear what other people do that works for them. So my thing is, there's so many things that I want to do, and I know that there has to be enough time for me to do it. But I feel right now in like this season of life, it's kind of difficult, right? Because it's like, I have the kids that I dedicate time to. I cook most of our meals from scratch. Then, you know, you got to clean up at some point, even though most days, or like some days I don't, but you know, like there's a lot of dishes when you cook from scratch. What else? I dedicate time to them and setting aside time to play, to teach, to interact, to go out and experience things together and make memories together. And Joey does go to school part-time, 3 days a week, half days. Mikey's with me pretty much all the time. What else? I'm kind of wanting to take this time where I'm not working in a traditional field to enjoy a hobby like this. If something great comes from it, that, you know, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. I'm just kind of enjoying having something to do that I feel benefits me and will hopefully benefit other people. And so this obviously takes some time and planning and editing, uploading, doing the description box. You'd be surprised if you don't do videos how much time that all takes. Then there's exercise, then there's quality time with the husband, then there's me time, which maybe exercise is also me time, but I think there should be another zone of me time in there somewhere. So yeah, so I just feel like there may not be a traditional 9-to-5 job in there, but there's definitely a lot that I am picking up in between that I'm doing, right? That maybe some people who do work 9-to-5s can't do from home, because we always feel like there's just not enough time. But the truth is, clearly there is. So my thing is, the ultimate point is, I've been battling this for a while, but sometimes I feel like the things we resist the most are the things that we need to do more so than anything else. So I feel like I'm gonna have to start waking up early. Like, I don't know, I feel like the only way I'm gonna have time to really have like a miracle morning and really do this uninterrupted and possibly, hopefully exercise, because I do enjoy it and I want to do it here, probably from home, would be to wake up early. And it probably sounds really silly, but like, you know, when you go through that phase of like being in high school, being in college, all throughout college, I woke up early, like 5:30, 6 in the morning. Then I've worked in schools. So again, waking up 5:30, 6 in the morning, having kids, then not getting any sleep. To be at this place now where I can sleep in till 7:30, because that's when my kids wake up, it's kind of nice, you know? If they were the kind of kids that woke up like at 9, then I could wake up at 7 and have enough time to exercise, but that's just not them. That's not my journey. That's not our journey. So I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, but I think I need to start figuring out how to set up my day so I can start waking up at 5:30 or 6 in the morning to get my miracle morning in, to, you know, exercise and do that whole thing. And so yeah, I'm looking here. If you're on the same journey with me and you're looking to do that, leave a comment down below. We can keep each other accountable. We can connect here. We can also connect on Instagram and Facebook and all that good stuff, because that's the point of this for me right now, is developing a sense of community. So leave your comments down below, your encouragement, your ideas, your thoughts. If you think I'm ridiculous, cool, whatever it is, I'm open to hearing it. And I feel like that's pretty much it. That's the whole point of today's video. I know it's like a little random, but that is the nature of my content. If you look at my About Me section, I have Mommy Mondays and Pink Wednesdays and Foodie Fridays, but I do alternate Mommy Monday with like Motivational Monday and stuff like that, because self-development and leadership and all that, it just kind of like just speaks to my soul. So there will definitely be days where I talk about this kind of stuff. If you enjoy this kind of content and everything else I just mentioned, please make sure you click that red button that says subscribe, because it is kind of my push goal to grow my channel. It would be kind of nice, but if not, that's okay. And what was the other thing? It's not even, because I also listen to Gary V, and this is my last tangent, I swear. I could talk to myself for hours, clearly, because I'm by myself right now. I was listening to Gary V, Gary Vaynerchuk. He's a businessman, inspirational speaker, mentor. Anyway, he was talking a lot about building social media and building a brand and all that, and he talked about not to get so obsessed with the metrics, like numbers, subscribers, followers, likes, thumbs up, even though that is a way that maybe the algorithms make you searchable. His main point is, if you're putting out quality content and you're consistent, growth comes from it. You just have to be super patient in the process. Like, we want to be so impatient and we want to see quick success, but that is not what real success and real lasting success involves. It involves a lot of patience. So that's why I've needed to rework my push goal, because it shouldn't be to have 1,000 subscribers by the end of X month. It should probably be like, for me to be consistently uploading uploading videos, like let's say for the month of December, whether it's every day or 3 days a week, whatever the case may be, like being consistent, that should be my goal, more so than my subscriber count. I think if you're consistent and you're putting your heart into it, then all of that comes, but it comes with time, you know? So anyway, I can go on from there, but I'm gonna leave it at that, because I've been talking. Have I really been talking for 19 minutes? Yes, I have, almost 20. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow, okay? Goodbye.